I am sure that I am not alone in tiring of the outgoing. Sometimes that word has two meanings, doesn't it? Outgoing as in departing, or outgoing as in um, delightful and engaging. I tire of the outgoing Justin Welby, the Archbishop of Canterbury. He's been a lightning rod for controversy in recent weeks. His farewell speech in the House of Lords, was it yesterday or the day before? The day before. A platform meant for solemnity and reflection was indeed a performance that was yet one more further fake feat of homotaxic abasement. He sought to navigate a litany of apologies, but in doing so he left the impression of a man unable to grasp the gravity of his abject failure. To say that his speech was a misstep would be a charity. Survivors of John Smith's heinous abuse were left disgusted by his glib remarks to one head rolling well enough, and his 14th century joke about beheading, a tone so misjudged it bordered on the macabre. Mark Stibb, a survivor of Smith's beatings, described the remarks as disturbing, and another victim, pseudonymously known as Graham Jones, said the speech entirely missed the mark, encapsulating a failure of leadership as glaring as the Church's safeguarding failures. And Welby's half-hearted apology in the wake of the backlash, expressing sorrow for both the words he spoke and those he omitted, rings hollow. The issue isn't simply one of careless rhetoric, but a deeper problem of deflexure, a fundamental inability to bridge the gulf between institutional responsibility and personal accountability. And the Machin report found that the Church, including Welby himself, could and should have acted against Smith as early as 2013. Instead, Smith's abuse went unchecked for years, with tragic consequences for countless victims. And it's not the job of the Archbishop to deliver apologies riddled with awkward deglutition of shame, nor is it his role to parade his departure under the guise of moral self-sacrifice. His job is to lead, and if he cannot do that, surely he is better gone, and gone fast. This slow retreat to the door, festooned with the doting regard and backslabbing of his fellow lords, is not a discreet exit. It's a parade of false promise. And the speech's tone deafness also highlights the deep wounds caused by the Church's culture of silence and complicity. Smith, this man, this predator who spanned continents, was shielded by an institution more concerned with its reputation than the lives it had shattered. Survivors have demanded not just accountability, but change. A demand that Welby's leadership fails to meet, fails to address, and fails, in fact, to demonstrate. The lead bishops for safeguarding, Joan Grenfell, Julie Connaughty, and Robert Springett, rightly condemned Welby's speech as utterly insensitive and the antithesis of all the Church claims it's now striving for. And their letter, though belated, underscores the dissonance between the Church's proclamations of reform and its actual practices. Welby's tenure, ending on the 6th of January, leaves a legacy of fractured trust. His replacement will inherit not only the symbolic crozier, but also the profound challenge of restoring credibility to an institution enmired in scandal. And as survivors and critics alike have made clear, words are no longer enough. The Church must confront its failure with actions and go beyond the rhetorical gestures. So we need to echo the sentiments of many survivors. Leadership demands courage, humility, and action. And if these are absent, no amount of apologies, delivered with whatever flourish of liturgical eloquence, can mask the failure to lead or to her to shepherd this institution.